I wanted to switch gears again, if you don't mind. I wanted to talk a little bit about
higher or lower.
Neutral.
No, I'm just.
I want to go neutral. I wanted to switch gears and talk about the Burda, and just your thoughts on it for those of us who are not familiar with the poem of the cloak.
The Burda, according to Dr. Timothy Winter, Abdul Hakim, who's a professor at Cambridge University, he said that this is the single most important poem in human history. And he's saying that as a historian. He teaches history and theology at Cambridge. He said if you look, you will find no other poem that has had the impact in the world that poem has had. And he's including the Iliad and the Odyssey and all these poems. Millions of people in human history have memorized it in its entirety. It is still sung to this day all over the Muslim world, read. There are literally hundreds of commentaries on it. And it had a central position in devotional practices in the Muslim world. It was used as a devotional tool based upon the verse in the Quran, Ya ayyuha alladhina amanu, sallu alayhi wa sallimu taslima. O you who believe, invoke blessings and salutations on the Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him. And so I cannot underestimate in any way the importance and the centrality that poem has had in Islamic history, and part of why I translated it and Sandala published it and we recorded the Fez singers singing it was really in order to introduce it to the West, because Muslims in the West, I think, are not familiar with a lot of the extraordinary devotional traditions that have existed in the Muslim world, encouraged by our greatest scholars. And if you're interested, you can look on the Sandala. If you put Sandala on the website, you'll come up with the website. And there was a very nice Tom Chandler of Rasputin.org wrote a very nice. This was a non-Muslim who heard it, and he actually called it an antidepressant, which I thought was really interesting because traditionally that's what it was known as, was a healing. And it's also called a bur'a, which means the cure.
Imam Zaid, any comments on the Burda?
I think what I would like to add is just the importance of devotional practice, because people are starving spiritually. We overeat physically and we satiate our carnal appetites, but our spiritual appetites are unmet, and we're literally starving in this country. Even in the Muslim countries, you can see a lot of the traditional institutions, a lot of the traditional manifestations of a religious society are gone. The cities were designed in a way to soothe the soul. There were gardens. At the center of everything was the great mosque. Everything was designed to soothe the soul. The music, we have music that might sound like a heretical concept for many Muslims in our day and times, but we had a very rich tradition of spiritual and devotional music. We had gatherings where the spirit was allowed to freely exercise itself. And a lot of these practices are gone now. So if we're going to be victims of many of the things that have afflicted many people here in the West, and speaking generally, not trying to indict anyone for anything, because as I'm saying, in the Muslim countries, we're suffering from these same maladies, but the alienation, the anomie, and all of these modern psychological conditions that are a byproduct of an environment that is not nurturing to the spirit. Unless we're going to fall victim to these things, and we don't have the sort of infrastructure to deal with the damage that results. Here you have a network of psychiatric hospitals and counselors and therapists, but we don't have that in the Muslim world. So we're going to really create a very dangerous, or we're in the process of creating a very dangerous situation. I think the Burda is a good step towards effecting a cure for a lot of those maladies.